Hello Rocket Troops and welcome back to the HQ. This is Admin Shade here with yet another battle between Red and Gray. I'm joined of course by my good friend, my cohort, my partner in crime, Admin Umbra.
What's good, Rocketeers?
So right here we have a viewer submission battle by Red, and he has a mono normal team. Very interesting. I made a mono normal team for one of my videos, the mono team madness, but this is really interesting to see. Very kind of cool team. You want to talk about Gray's team first, Umbra?
Sure. There's a 90% chance that Greninja's going to lead, because I don't think in the history of the world anyone's had Greninja not lead with it. There's a 10% chance the Breloom will come out. Maybe a little bit higher, since seeing a mono normal team, I think some opponents would try to lead with either fighting type attacks, although also, I mean, the Scizor and the Darmanitan could be carrying superpower, probably more likely from the Darmanitan. Pretty standard, though. Interesting that there's two grass types. Actually, I might expect Gray to lead with either I would say the Breloom's the optimal lead, knowing Smogon will come out. We're immune to Spore, and we can, of course, kill with Bullet Seed because it breaks sashes. Could be a defog Scizor. Otherwise, he has no way to get rid of rocks and sticky webs. So I think Breloom's definitely the way to go, but a fairly standard team from Gray.
Yeah, and as far as Red teams go, it's very interesting. There's both of these Porygon brothers just hanging out in here.
I honestly don't even know if that's like allowed. Like, you can really...
I'm not sure. I want to
know.
say yes, but I don't know. It's like this is the first time I've really seen it. So I'm assuming it's not, but just
can
like
based and Raichu on the same team, I feel like you can't do that.
I have no idea. But yeah, there's a Schmeargle, which is obviously the lead.
Yep.
There's the Blissey, which we talked about a little bit. Like, bring Chansey. I'm just gonna lay it out there. Like, Blissey's not bad, but like Chansey's just like eats up hits. So
Chansey's Uber. Like, Chansey's
yeah, if I had to make a criticism of this team, I'd say like just try to bring Chansey. But the Miltank's very impressive. I really like Miltank, especially after some other sets I've seen of Miltank. I've been very impressed with it lately. But yeah, Zangoose. I like Zangoose. I think it's cool. I don't really know what all it can get. I don't know. It's kind of move pool. I don't really know what all it can get.
The only competitive use, its hidden ability, when it's toxic, its attack goes up. So it's very similar to like your Ursaring with guts. It's basically an Ursaring with a tail. It's kind of what it is.
Beautiful. Okay, well, without further ado, let's jump in this battle and start talking about these teams.
Let's get it popping.
Again, everyone, thank you for sending us in viewer submissions. If you want to send in more, make sure to check out our links down below. You'll be able to see how you can do that. So, again, thank you so much. So, Red sends out this Miltank. I'm like, all right, that's an interesting lead. I'm surprised the Greninja did, or the Greninja.
The Smeargle.
I'm surprised the Schmeargle didn't come out first.
Yeah, me too. I'm guessing Red may have predicted the opponent to bring either the... oh, because maybe it has Sap Sipper. I don't know. Maybe they're predicting the Breloom to come out. I actually love seeing the U-turn on Greninja. To me, that really justifies it being a lead. Get that initiative right off. I don't think I see U-turn on Greninja enough. So let's see. They're going to go in the Breloom. Excellent play. Yeah, Grayson in a great position right now.
Yeah, definitely. And this Blissey is in a bad position right now.
It's in the worst possible position.
Yeah.
Spore, pretty typical. You would expect the Spore. I would expect, I mean, it could be a sub. I'd probably go right for a Focus Punch. Don't know if this is a Sword Dance set. Don't know how many attacks it's running. If it's got the Rock Tomb, don't know what this thing's carrying, but I would guess a Focus Punch. So Blissey's going to switch out. That will end Sleep Claws because Blissey has natural cure. So nothing on Red's team is asleep at the moment.
So for everyone who doesn't know what Sleep Claws is, essentially it's kind of like an OU honor code rule, or not even OU, just like a battling honor code rule, where basically you don't put more than one Pokemon asleep at a time. It's just courtesy. Here, the Breloom goes for yet another Spore and puts this Porygon to sleep. So just so everyone can keep track, this Porygon switches out here, and then Red switches in the beautiful Miltank yet again. And the Breloom actually tries to set up here, goes for a Sword Stance. So that was actually a pretty decent play predicting that switch. And here the Breloom goes for the Spore again.
So this is a violation of Sleep Claws. It's possible that Gray didn't know. It's one of those things that we do as a courtesy. Like, we all come to this game to have fun, and you don't want to be that player that no one wants to play. Doing this sort of thing has been called cheap. but really it's a courtesy thing. Like it's really not involving skill. This is a strategy that anyone can use, and it's just sort of uncourteous. But coming back, Red with the revenge, absolute justice, going for a track, trying to get some hacks of their own.
The revenge love is here.
Absolutely unbelievable. As soon as I saw it, I was like, please get the para. Please, world. Let's punish them for using Sleep Claws. And they get the para, and they're paralyzed and attracted.
The power.
Oh my goodness. Sleep Claws, the Hax gods are not pleased. Oh my goodness.
The RNG is not pleased.
This Wayloom didn't go for a single fighting attack. They got way too greedy. Not a single fighting attack from a Wayloom against a mono-normal team.
Let this be a lesson. Do not let your greed, do not let the sweep, the idea of the sweep, come between you and victory. Just do what you can do. And here this Darmanitan switches in, which is a good switch, because here it goes for the superpower, which will do a decent chunk of damage to this Miltank.
Yeah, we're going to see if it's scarfed, or it is scarfed, banned rid of O-Code for sure. I'm guessing Miltank stayed in because obviously there's really no switch in. Going for the Attract again, a little precarious. I'm personally not a fan of Attract. I feel it's one of those things kind of like Confuse way. It's just, I don't think my opponents enjoy playing against it. But yeah, Darmanitan is infatuated.
He's in love with this cow. Can't handle it.
A surprise from Red. You don't often see Earthquake on Miltank, but it's actually able to OHKO the Darmanitan.
Yeah. It did have the defense drop, but still, like...
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't remember. That's a very good point. That's impressive. Now the Scizor comes out. It is, of course, the Mega Scizor. Let's see. What are they going to go for? Miltank's at very low health. I would recommend just going for the Bullet Punch, honestly. I don't see any reason not to do it. Yeah, take this thing out. Avoid body slam hacks. Smart play there by Gray.
Yeah, this is a very interesting battle so far. The hacks have been outrageous.
And now, keep in mind, we have a Tangrowth. I think Tangrowth was the most obvious switch there. Scizor goes to sleep. There was no reason not to go for Bullet Punch, to be honest. Spore is incredibly obvious. We could have Bullet Punched, broke their sash, and then as soon as we woke up, we would have been able to kill. I don't know why Gray didn't go for the Bullet Punch there. He is a Scizor, so by law, he has to carry it. Of course, without a Defogger or a Spinner, Red is in the clear to just set up all these hazards. There's no reason not to. He gets the web up. He gets the rocks as well.
Which is nice because the Volcarona is chilling in the back on Gray's team, so that was a great... Like, the late game rocks definitely helped there. I
have to disagree with this play 100%. Like, every Smeargle in the world carries a Focus Sash. There was no reason not to be spamming Bullet Punch the whole time. Although, for whatever reason, Red doesn't have one on this Smeargle. I would have to recommend it. It's tried and true, in my opinion, probably the best item for that Smeargle, but maybe it just wasn't available to the player.
Then the Blissey comes in, and then the Scizor smacks in the face with a superpower, which is interesting. I don't see superpower that often on Scizor.
It's not as prevalent as it used to be. It's really interesting the amount of fighting coverage on this team. A very, very difficult obstacle for a mono-normal team to overcome.
Absolutely. I can speak from experience. Like, it is difficult to run a mono-normal team, for sure.
And I don't know. I understand the play that we're getting at now, Swords Dancing and Superpowering to raise and lower our attack. But I don't know if Superpower is honestly the smartest decision anymore for setting up. I feel like Bullet Punches would be doing a lot at this point. And we're just lowering our defense. Zangoose is definitely a threat that our opponent has.
And here comes Zangoose. Zangoose does come out. It is angry.
I think now would be a good time to go for a Swords Dance. Most Zangoose, just like Ursaring, to get that Guts boost, even though its ability is not technically Guts. They go for Protect first turn. Scizor does go for another Superpower. And why not a Bullet Punch? Why would you not go for the Bullet Punch? That was incredibly risky staying in. I'm guessing Gray
still lives, though. I was so surprised it lived.
Yeah. I think Zangoose is very, very frail. If we had just kept Swords Dancing, Bullet Punches would have obliterated that thing. I have to disagree with that play from Gray. Although he does still have his Scizor. The question is for how long.
Yeah, definitely. Then the Porygon Z comes out, about to do some work.
Judging by the team, I would guess that this is Scarfed. There's not a lot of fast things on this team. With its natural bulk, it does survive the Bullet Punch. And it's able to go for a Tri-Attack, obviously very easily, finish off the Scizor.
And really, like you said, Umbro, like if it just if the Scizor would have just kept going for Bullet Punches, it definitely would. I think it would definitely kill.
I think it would have been game changing. Honestly, it would have survived. It would have been that much better health. It could have taken a resisted Tri-Attack, because Porygon is the last Pokemon. He has to lock himself into Tri-Attack. If that Scizor had any amount of health left, I think it could take a resisted Tri-Attack much better.
Definitely.
Tang growth, obviously very physically bulky, goes down.
Right. And here's the Greninja, but yet again, this thing is Scarf, so it does a decent amount of damage. It does take damage from rocks as well, so...
Actually, this thing could be spexed. Judging by sticky web support, I missed that the first time I watched this. The Greninja should be slower in the sticky web, so it could actually be specs would explain how much damage it did to that Tang growth. This might be a specs variant.
I guess that is true. I didn't think about that either.
And obviously Volcarona, extremely specially bulky, but being bug fire type, it takes half damage from the stealth rocks, and at that low it's definitely not going to be able to eat up a tri-attack. And that is an incredible comeback, overcoming a Sleep Claws violation, overcoming a team that has insane fighting type coverage, a really awesome battle to Red, just absolutely against the odds in every way.
Let that be a lesson to all the battlers out there. If you violate Sleep Claws, you will fall in love with a cow. That is what happens. This is what happens. But that was, yeah, like Umber said, that was a fantastic battle. Thank you, Red, so much for sending that into us. We forgot your Twitch username, so make sure that you shout yourself out in the comments, and we'll make sure to shout you out on our next video. By the way, speaking of mono teams, I'm going to be creating my mono fairy team as demanded by our Twitch stream. So that'll be coming soon. I hope you all look forward to that. But again, viewers, thank you so much for your submissions. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely, Shade. Once again, this is not the Umber and Shade show. This is your HQ, Rocket HQ, all about growing together as people and as battlers. Thank you so much, Red, for the awesome battle submission. This is us singing your praises, trying to give you some publicity. But thank you all so much for watching Rocket HQ.
All right, well, this is Admin Shade and Admin Umber signing off for Rocket HQ. Thank you for watching.